Okay, this will be an interesting one. Oh yeah, right, let's see if we can make this come up a treat. This will be enlarged 400%, but it'll have to go bigger than 400, but we don't have any bigger on this piece of shit called Konica Minolta. Oh, whatever. KM Konica Minolta. Kick the Konicas up the arse. They're a bunch of dickheads. Call them all the names under the fucking sun. The bitches. They've got no idea how to make a decent photocopier. Hehe, suck shit, Konica. Suck fucking shit. We're going to keep that in the middle. Got that there. I'm just going to go and sharpen it and saturate it. And we're going to make these colours a little brighter. Okay, let's get this shitter out of the going. I wonder if we're going to need that much red. This will be an interesting one. Right. We'll soon find out how it goes. It is. Yes, we've got a bag of marbles, but funnily enough, the bag of marbles looks nothing like this. It looks totally different. You know, capitalism in the cheap shops, they make the product look better on as a label than the actual product. Funny that. It's obviously easier to take a photo of some really colourful marbles. I hate the way they do that. They always have to make things look different. They look better on the label than they do on the actual product. But we're going to take advantage of this, and we're going to use this as yet another thing to demo from. My brother has, I'm pretty sure my brother's got them, but we had a huge amount of marbles that we collected over time, and it was a huge collection, probably at least 1,000 marbles maybe. And I think my brother's probably given them to his son, who of course is my nephew. Yeah, that looks ugly. You can see the staple marks in the label, but that looks quite interesting. That one there looks really nice. So now we're just going to enlarge off that as a master copy. So we're just going to put this in the recycle pile. And we're just going to get this one we made into a master copy. I think I made it a bit dark, but I mean, maybe not. So let's just go. And we're going to see how big we're going to make this. We're going to make it too big. So maybe this one could go, it's going to be in the hundreds. So it's 100 and, how big are we going to make this one? 140 that way. 140 this way. We could have used the standard size enlargement. So I'm wondering if we're just going to simply do that. See if that one works. And let's see if these come up even nicer. I'm actually thinking I should have made a movement out of this instead of a still. Okay, let's see how this looks. I'm just going to set this up for copied paper. And we're just going to, I wonder what changes we're going to make to this. We're just going to put that in the middle. And the hue's going back to the middle. We're just keeping it like that. We're going to make this into a mirror image anyway, so it'll still look interesting even as a still shot. Okay. Okay, that's really large. I'm thinking we might have to make it, and you can see there's the border there because we put the edge of the paper. We didn't overlap it, so we got this ugly shitter, that border. So I think we need a smaller enlargement for this. And I think we're just going to quickly play with the buttons, but we don't want to lose, that one's the nice one, we don't want to lose it, so we're just going to, we might have to, actually, we'll have to stretch the image horizontally, so we're going to make it look even more interesting. We're just going to overlap our master copy, but you can see what happens when you don't overlap and enlarge and add extra enlargement where necessary. So now we're just going to make the not the horizontal, I think the vertical is going to be smaller. So we're going to get these looking a bit oval shaped. So the vertical is going to be smaller. So we're going to make the vertical 115 and 141.4. Going to keep it there. So let's see how we go. Okay, let's see how that looks. Well, that looks interesting. You can see they're a little bit elongated, a little bit oval shape. If you look at the green one as a reference, you can see that that green one is shaped like an oval instead of a circle. So that's really strange, but that's what happens when you enlarge and reduce on different amounts. So I'm wondering if we're going to keep it like that, and I'm wondering what part is going to be the centre of this job. So I wonder, oh, we still got a bit of that, so we're going to have to enlarge that a little bit bigger on the horizontal. I think the vertical is good. Horizontal needs a bit of extra size, so we're going to make it 140, either 145 or 146 or 147. We're going 147. Okay, get rid of that bit at the edge there. Okay, let's see how that goes. Right, let's see how that looks. There, that looks better. We've now lost that piece of conspicuous packaging, that little area there, that hook area where the hooks go through on the product display. So now we're just going to, wondering if we can, I think that's good enough. So I'm wondering what's going to be the centre. That might be the centre. So now we're just going to take we're going to print off the other 3 images now of this demo. Okay, out it comes. Let's see what we've got. There we have it. This is going to be very curly. Sorry, folks. Again, I've had to let you down with the curls because, hey, the paper just does what it does. It doesn't ask me for permission, and it just does it, so to speak. Okay. Right. Mirror image. Switch it on and pump out 2 copies of the same shit. Okay, that's one, and that's another. Right, now we're gonna, I'm actually thinking this would make a better centerpiece. So I'm wondering if we're gonna change it up a bit or change it round, or if we're just going to keep it as we were intending. I wanted that to be in the mirror rather than the other boring ones, but that's the problem with this. You can't always get what you want altogether. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices, which is such a pain, and it's a sacrifice having to deal with this fucking curling that we get so often in my work at the moment. So we're just lining it up. Anyway, you get the idea how it's meant to look, but that one I think looks better there than on the edge. So I think now we can take this one and we can call it quits.